My name is Kashmala Qasim. I am a fifth-year PhD student here at York University within the Department of Psychology, and more specifically, I'm in the History, Theory, and Critical stream. So my research is about looking at how faith, and I'm using the word faith very broadly here, so how faith, especially within the Muslim communities, looking at the Islamic faith, how that impacts different Muslim communities across Canada, as well as the different factors that affect the Muslim communities, such as migration status, gender, academic study and knowledge of their faith, how all of that comes together and how that might be used as a coping mechanism or as a way to manage mental health, mental illness, and just to deal with daily stressors of everyday life, especially post-COVID. Myself and two other students within our program, we received funding to do some community-based workshops just within our local communities, local high schools, and to talk about our research in a way that was easily understandable. So we thought, all of us being Muslim students in the neuroscience graduate program, we thought, why not go to mosques and Islamic schools and talk to other Muslim kids, Islamic school teachers, imams, and do mental health workshops for them. The other source was my psychotherapy and counseling background. So I have a couple of years of training in pastoral counseling, but at that time it was very Christian focused and there weren't many resources for Muslim students. So my supervisor suggested at the end of the year that if you do want to create an Islamic psychology paradigm or a model of Islamic psychotherapy, you would have to do a PhD. So that's why I transitioned from a master's in neuroscience into a PhD in psychology, looking at faith from a critical psychology framework and how faith might be incorporated into psychology. My favorite part about my research would be going into the communities. So being able to hear the stories of people on the ground. We're very much in the community. We're not behind any screens or anything like that. Of course, during COVID, everything was on Zoom. But other than that, my research has always been going to a particular school, a community center, a mosque, and just talking to people face to face, hearing their stories, and even getting feedback from them about what my next research questions could be. That my research, because it's so community forward and community facing, that it has direct implications, both in terms of research as well as clinical practice. So in terms of research, I'm hoping that my research findings can be used by Islamic school teachers, by imams, to create an Islamic psychology curriculum, or even a mental health workbook, like a mental health 101 type training for the spiritual leaders in our community who many times deal with very serious issues that the Muslim community is dealing with or coming to them with. So I'm hoping the research can directly impact some sort of training or community curriculum development. And secondly, I'm hoping that my research can be applied by clinicians as well, both Muslim and non-Muslim clinicians. So perhaps I can add on to some of the published works already within Islamic psychology and Muslim mental health, and as well as help non-Muslim clinicians to better adapt their theories to make their therapies more culturally appropriate.